Hey guys, welcome back to another FPL review video. Today I will cover some of the games that I've watched. I will never claim that I can analyze a game that I never watch. I always watch and analyze the full 90 games. But due to time constraints, I cannot watch all the games. So, and also I want to say that in the last couple of weeks I've been quite inconsistent. Sorry for that, because I've had some stuff going on, and yeah, I had this consistency problem because I prefer to write in English rather than speak, because I thought that my English speaking skills is not that fluent. So yeah, anyway, I'll try my best. Let's start with the first game that I watched. Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 1. Liverpool got the clean sheet, got the win, controlled the game, looked really good. Salah blanked, and I saw a few managers, actually a lot of managers, seem to captain Salah this game week as well. He had a good chance in the second half. Apart from that, he went missing. A large part of that was down to, I feel, Chalobah and Mitchell, better defenders marking him on Crystal Palace left hand side. I thought it was a good reason why Salah was quite ineffective. And also, this was a low block game. Salah was better, more dangerous in transition, but Crystal Palace just didn't give you this sort of opportunities. And I thought against low block teams, Salah would start very wide. And in transition, if the opponents would attack you, then there will be more counter-attacking opportunities for Salah. But against Crystal Palace, they will just keep in shape, and yeah, Salah would be forced wider and wider. And I always hold this belief that Salah is a little bit wider than last season. The reason why he was very good in the first 3 games of the season against Ipswich, Brentford, Man United, because these 3 teams give you opportunities to counter-attack. That's why he excelled. The question is Mohamed Salah a sell right now before Chelsea? Personally, if you don't have any other fires in your team, you don't have to sell Salah. I think against Chelsea, Chelsea is a very expensive team. You will have counter-attacking opportunities, which is good for Salah. But if you need to downgrade 3 or 4 positions in your FPL team, then Salah could be a sell because he's expensive and he's wider. Jota scored a goal. For me, the best Liverpool attacking option is always the 7.5-ish attackers like Jota, Gakpo, Diaz, Darwin Nunez, only if they nail down their spot. In terms of value, Salah hands down is still the most dangerous attacker, but still we are talking about value here. So in terms of value in this regard, then the 7.5 million attackers are still the better option than Salah. So Jota got a goal, got 2 assists in the previous round against Wolves. I thought Jota could probably be more of a first choice than Darwin Nunez right now. He offered that clinical edge. Slot seems to like that. So maybe he could nail down that spot. So maybe you don't have to keep Salah. Maybe you can just downgrade to someone like Diogo Jota. Trent also got a clean sheet. And it's not like Liverpool were making blocks in, were clearing the balls, making clearances, putting interceptions in, making goal line clearances, none of that. But the way they just controlled the game, they just shepherded Crystal Palace into the final whistle, was actually a good sign of a good team under Arne Slot. They seem to control the games better, they were less erratic than Jurgen Klopp. I think this is good for away games like this weekend. So Trent with Liverpool, this is a good clean sheet, and he still looked attacking. He got one shot away from outside the box. The ball seemingly was on the way towards the bottom corner, but Dean Henderson made a good save. So Trent, I have him. I have no problems with him. I will keep him even under the tougher fixtures, I think. And in terms of Crystal Palace, Eze Blanks, he's still good. He's still the talisman of the team. But here's the thing with Eze. He looks better with Sar and then Nketiah as a 9. Rather than Mateta up top, Nketiah on the right side. Because with Sar can occupy the minds of the defenders more. And this kind of leaves room for Eze to create damage somewhere else, because now there are two dangerous options from Palace. So I think Eze is better with Sar. And also the thing is, if you play Mateta and Nketiah both together, Eze seems to be holding his runs more, because now he's playing with two strikers who will occupy the penalty box more. So it kind of forces him to be more of a creator and to be more of the responsible guy dropping deeper. So I don't really like Eze with Mateta and Nketiah. And yeah, he blanks. He still has a few good shots, but very few chances in this game, because Liverpool just controlled the game very good. And Nketiah is also interesting if he continues to play as a 9. I doubt it, because Mateta is also a very good striker. But here's the thing, I think Nketiah is a poacher. He is a better poacher. He is a better harasser of the defenders when pressing than Mateta is. And Crystal Palace just bought him, so why not put him in his best position, which is as a 9? But that's the thing, there is always a rotation with Mateta. But I thought Nketiah at 5.9, if he can continue this role, looks really good. And then moving on to the next game that I watch, Arsenal versus Southampton. Throughout the week leading up to the deadline, I always had the armband on Saka, because I thought, hands down, Southampton is still the best fixture this game week. They seem to be committing regular mistakes simply by playing from the back. They just don't have the good players to be equipped with this playing style. So I thought there will be chances for Arsenal. But actually in the first half, what I noticed was Arsenal were much less fluid without Odegaard. That's probably an obvious, I don't have to tell you that. But Arsenal were just less fluid without Odegaard. They just couldn't string a few good passes together, especially with Havertz in the midfield. Havertz creatively is not on the same level as Odegaard. But Saka still came away with 16 points, because like Salah, he still has good assist potential, and for midfielder, assists are priceless. It's almost like a forward in FPL scoring a goal. It's 3 points. You cannot underestimate if a midfielder just keeps on assisting without scoring a goal. So Saka got 2 assists, and in transition, at the dying stage of the game, again, Southampton made a mistake. Sugawara gave the ball away, and the ball came to Saka, who just made one touch finish into the net. So 2 assists and 1 goal for Saka. I couldn't be any happier. And then we have to talk about the Arsenal defense, whose clean sheet is wiped out for Gabriel, Saliba and David Raya owners. It's twice in a row against easy teams, bottom of the league, Leicester and Southampton. But you see, that's the thing, you cannot knee-jerk in these situations when you have an Arsenal defense. You have to see the dynamics, because against easier opponents, Arsenal are more prone to a lapse in concentration. They are more on the front foot, so they are less on the guard. But against tougher teams, you cannot just get rid of this Arsenal defense because they are playing for their pride. They will stay more in shape, and probably in this tougher run of fixtures next, Arsenal still could get more clean sheets than against Leicester and Southampton. So yeah, you cannot knee jerk after 2 clean sheets wiped out in a row. And then Archer scored a beautiful goal. Stewart got injured in the first half. Archer replaced him, and I thought as a 5 million forward, he looks good. But here's the thing with Russell Martin, he always subs off Archer in the 57 minute below 60 minute. So Archer actually took the goal really well. He cut inside, beating Saliba on the way and put the ball into the bottom corner. It was a well taken goal, but yeah, he just doesn't play 90 minutes. And then the next game, Man City versus Fulham, the interesting game. Haaland blanked, and 5 million owners, 5 million captainers were very disappointed. And I always thought that without Rodri and KDB in the last 2 games against Newcastle and also in the second half against Arsenal, Man City just weren't the same. They just created less chances with these 2 players absent. So that's why I went against Haaland this game week and kind of got rewarded for that, because I thought also Fulham is a better team defensively than Southampton, making less mistakes. So that's my rationale. And Vardio also looks very good, not only in this game, but actually he was very inverted. He kept making runs into the left channel, much like where he took the goal against Newcastle. If you can spend 1.5-ish on Vardio than Rico Lewis, I think it could be worth it, because Vardio very attacking, more nailed on than Rico Lewis. But here's the thing about Man City, they just couldn't keep a run of clean sheets together right now. So maybe the cheaper option like Rico Lewis, who got the fluke assist against for Jeremy Doku against Fulham, is probably a better option. And yeah, it's a fluke assist because he just laid off the ball for Doku, and Doku just did 99% of the job. Foden is a very interesting prospect, very central. He got 1 goal and 1 assist against Slovan Bratislava in the Champions League, and then he was also playing centrally against Fulham. Bernardo Silva was put out wide, and I thought if Foden is central as in form, I have no doubt in my mind Haaland will go out of my team, because he's just too expensive. And that is Foden, because Foden down the central, he always makes those runs into the box alongside with Haaland. He's like a second striker with Haaland, so why spend 6 million more for Haaland? We've seen that in last season. There is history, there is evidence. I have no problem to go against Haaland if I have informed Foden. But that's the thing, Foden is not really clicking right now. He's just waiting for more game time. For Fulham perspective, Raul Jimenez is tempting me a lot because he's very cheap, playing for a very good Fulham side. But Muniz just scored another goal off the bench, so there is always that rotation threat from Rodrigo Muniz. Next, Aston Villa versus Manchester United. This was a very drab draw, very boring. I almost fell to sleep watching this. And Watkins, Duran, Rogers, all blank. And I kind of put the reason why for this draw is the Champions League hangover. There seems to be a hangover after such a big win against Bayern. Like, maybe they just have no motivation to do very well. Yeah, it's kind of funny to say that, but yeah, it's a thing, But here's the thing about Aston Villa. They seem to have a better defense lately. Like their highline is not as high as before. Maybe there is more of a mindset shift after that Bayern win, like, oh, we got a clean sheet against Bayern, let's keep that going. And they got that going against Manchester United. So maybe we could trust Aston Villa's defense more right now. Someone like Cash was back from injury. Dean is keeping the left hand spot. Pau Torres is also a good one. So maybe we could look deeper into them. For Man United, Rashford looks sharper and sharper game by game. He always cuts inside and then shoots. I think he gets 2 shots away against Martinez. There was palm away, both on target, and he looks more confident. He looks more agile, cutting inside, and he looks more trigger happy. But here's the thing, Rashford, I think, is the best Man United asset in terms of attacking potential as well as rotation risk, X minutes. But he is always best at left wing. But Ten Hag always says that Garnacho is also best at left wing. So we could see a situation in which Garnacho plays at left wing, Rashford gets shifted to the right wing, which makes him less effective there. In that case, Garnacho is probably the best attacker because he can cut inside from the left into his stronger foot. So that's the dilemma for Man United. That's why I want to see more from these United assets, to see who plays at that left wing spot, Garnacho or Rashford. Then Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest. Palmer got 1 assist, had very good chances later on in the game that was saved by Matt Sells. But I never expect a performance like Brighton, because Brighton is always a more open game. Nottingham Forest is a low block game, and Palmer would drop deeper to make play. So I never expect something similar like Brighton. But still, 1 assist and 2 bonus, yeah, I think I would take it. And I like Maresca right now. I think Chelsea is one of the most informed teams in the league right now, because they seem to have an identity under Maresca, something that they don't have under Pochettino last season. They have 2 tricky wingers in Madueke, Jadon Sancho, who could spread the pitch apart, who could take on the defenders one-on-one, which kind of leaves more room in the center for the likes of Nicholas Jackson and also Cole Palmer. And the 2 wingers, you see, this makes Palmer a better option, because now he could give assists. He could make one simple key pass to one of these wingers and they could score goals. And on the other hand, these 2 wingers could also give chances to Palmer, which makes Palmer an all-round better option in my opinion, because Sancho and Madueke, they were informed right now. And now about Nottingham Forest, the fact that they just held an informed, probably the most informed attacking team in the league to a draw, this probably says a lot about their defense this season under Nuno Espirito Santo. Moreno and Aina are the obvious defensive options. They are good for clean sheets, but on the attacking front, they are missing actually. Actually, the most attacking fullback is Nico Williams, but he stays on the bench. And Moreno, I think he's still gaining confidence. Once he reaches that peak form, I think we could see someone like that player at Aston Villa. He could be more attacking than Aina. That's my opinion. And Sells, if you need a cheap goalkeeper, he could probably be the best goalkeeper in the game right now, because Nottingham Forest is a good defense and he seems to ward off any rotation threat for now, because against Chelsea he made 7 brilliant saves, all crucial, and yeah, he will stay between the sticks for the time being, maybe until the end of the season. And on the attacking front, Chris Wood is still the best attacker, because he just keeps delivering the goods, the goals. And then the last game, Brighton and Spurs. Phew. This is a game of two halves. Okay, the first half, Spurs were just brilliant. They ran away with a 2-goal lead, but in the second half, Brighton just turned the game around and won the game with a 3-2 scoreline. Johnson scored the opener. He was on fire. The way he just finished the chance that was provided by Solanke, he just looked very, very calm in front of goal, and that is a good sign that he's running hot on confidence. And here's the thing about Johnson, he's very output driven. He always makes runs into the far post to score a goal, and he could also deliver some assists. So he's good for numbers like assists and goals, and right now he's very confident. So if you want a Spurs attacker, then a Spurs midfielder, Johnson is the man. Maddison is also just scored a goal. He's more expensive than Johnson, but probably if I can distinguish the two players, Johnson is more of a goal threat, Maddison is more of a all-round player. He could deliver some assists, he gets direct free kicks, corners, and probably scores, a long-range goal from outside the box, But Johnson, I think, is more of a goal threat. He will be closer to goal. Then from Brighton, why isn't anyone talking about Jorginho Rute? Because he's playing as a 10, the old position of Joao Pedro if he's not injured, and I think we could consider Rute, but he sometimes gets subbed off in the 70 minutes. That's why maybe Rute deters some FPL managers. Welbeck scores again, and he's still a good forward option in the game because because Brighton is still a good team. They keep creating chances for the striker. So Welbeck without Evan Ferguson right now is still a good striker option. And the most impressive player in this game, I thought, came from the defensive backline, which is Fedi Kadioglu, who played at left back, but he went off injured at halftime, so that's a shame because Kadioglu, he looks like a sexy player, sexy FPL option, because he can pull off those dangerous passes from deep, much like Trent. He gets that technical ability, and he can combine well with Kaoru Mitoma, making runs into the left channel, and we've seen him score a goal, a close range goal in the Carabao Cup for Brighton. So we know that he has that attacking mindset, which is good for FPL. But that's the thing with Brighton, no clean sheets whatsoever because of their high line. But if you want a very attacking defender, Kadioglu, I think, could be right up there with someone like Ryan Aït-Nouri. Okay guys, that's the last game of the game week for the review. So I just hope that you can share this video on Twitter if you have a Twitter account, so that more people could get onto this channel and support my channel, because I hope that this channel could grow some more and hopefully provide more encouragement. If there is no audience here, obviously there will be less motivation. So I just hope that you can help on that part, and why not give 100 likes for this video for 100 views. That will be awesome. And also subscribe, because I plan to provide more eye test content. I usually post eye test threads on Twitter, but now I'm trying to integrate this eye test analysis into a video format. So stay tuned, subscribe, because there will be more interesting content in the future. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your day.